Hi friends, welcome to session 10 on sequences, which is first unit of BSc second semester. In this session we are going to study problems on the boundedness of sequence. Let us take one example. Discuss the boundedness of the sequence minus 1 raised to n into 2. Here the xn is minus 1 raised to n into 2 and we know minus 1 to the power of n is positive if n is even and it is minus when n it is odd. So this implies minus 1 raised to n into 2 is equals to plus 2 if n is even and its value is minus 2 if n is odd. Hence the range of xn is minus 2 to plus 2. That is, the value of xn will be in between minus 2 and plus 2, which is a finite set. So this implies the sequence xn. Here the sequence xn is greater than minus 2 and less than plus 2 for all n belongs to n. So this shows that the sequence xn is in between minus 2 and plus 2, means it is bounded below and bounded above also. Hence the given sequence xn is bounded. And this is the solution. Take one more example. Discuss the boundedness of the sequence n cube. Let us take xn as n cube. So we know here when n belongs to n is natural number. So this n cube is always greater than or equals to 1. If n is equals to 1, its value is 1, and if n is 2, 3, etc., its value is greater than 1. So this implies the sequence xn is greater than or equals to 1, or we can take 1 is less than or equals to n for all n belongs to n, because you know here n is the set of natural number. It contains the elements like this 1, 2, 3, etc. So for any value of n, this value is always greater than or equals to 1. So this implies the sequence xn is bounded below. So why it is bounded below means all the values of xn are greater than 1. So means it is bounded below. Now let us take some k, however large, then xn is greater than k. This implies n cube is greater than k, and this implies n is greater than k to the power of 1 by, that is taking power 1 by 3 on both sides. So if we choose a positive integer m greater than k to the power of 1 by 3, then we have xn greater than k for all n greater than or equals to m. This implies the sequence xn is not bounded below, because here xn value is always greater than k where k is any large number. So hence the given sequence is not bounded. It is bounded below but not bounded. It is not bounded above. So therefore we can say that it is not bounded above. Hence the given sequence is not bounded. It is only bounded above. Sorry, it is only bounded below, not bounded above. Therefore the sequence is not bounded sequence. And we know if the given sequence is both bounded above and bounded below, then only we can say that it is bounded sequence. Okay. Let us study one more example. Show that the sequence n divided by n square plus 1 is bounded. So we have many methods to show this one as bounded. Let us take one method. Here xn is n divided by n square plus 1, and since n is natural number, n belongs to n now. So this n is positive and this n square plus 1 is also positive. Therefore the ratio is again greater than 0. This implies the sequence xn is greater than 0. So it is bounded. So that is, here the sequence xn is greater than 0 or 0 is less than xn for all n belongs to n. So this implies the sequence xn is bounded below. Take this one as equation number 1. And let us consider this one as 1 minus n by n square plus 1 and take LCM. It becomes n square minus n plus 1 divided by n square plus 1. Since we know n square is greater than n. So n square is greater than n. So therefore n square minus n is again greater than 0. So this implies what? This implies n square minus n. This implies this n square minus n is again greater than, because n square is greater than n. This is greater than 0. It is because this n square is greater than 1. This is greater than n. So this difference is not negative. It is positive only. Then it is positive and this is also positive. So this is n square minus n plus 1 is again greater than 0. This is a positive number. So divided by n square plus 1 is again positive. This implies 1 minus n divided by n square plus 1 is always greater than 0 for all n belongs to n. So now this implies take this n divided by n square plus 1 in this side, it becomes 1 greater than n divided by n square plus 1. So, or n divided by n square plus 1 is less than 1 for all n belongs to n. So, it is nothing but xn. So, this implies the sequence xn is less than 1 for all n belongs to n. So, what this implies here? What this implies? This implies here xn is less than 1 for all n belongs to n. So, from equation number 1 and 2. In equation 1 we have xn is greater than 1 and in equation 2 we have xn is less than 1. This is not the sequence, this is xn here it is. So, this implies the sequence here, in this case we can see that here xn less than 1 means the sequence xn is bounded above. All the values are less than 1. So, it is bound, upper bounded is 1. So, from equation this 1 and from this equation 1 we have here xn is greater than 0 and in equation 2 we have xn is less than 1. So, if you combine these two, what we have? Xn greater than 0 and xn less than 1. So, hence the given sequence xn is bounded. Let us take one more example. Discuss the boundedness of this sequence xn, where xn is equals to 1 plus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5 square etc. up to 1 by 5 raised to n. Here, let us write the given sequence xn is equals to 1 plus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5 square etc. up to 1 by 5 raised to n. So, here it is 1 by 5, 1 by 5 square, the power you can see here, this is power is 1 and it is up to n. So, only these terms are n number of terms and this one is plus 1 and plus 1 number of terms. So, if you want you can take this one as 5 to the power of 0 also we can take. So, this is a geometric progression. We know here the geometric progression is AR square, where A is first term and R is common ratio. So, here and the sum of n terms of a geometric progression is A into Sn equals to A into 1 minus R to the power of n divided by 1 minus R. So, here in this case, here A is, in this example here, this implies here A is 1, that is first term, and the common ratio. Ratio we know any term divided by its previous term, that is 1 divided by 5 divided by 1. So, this is equals to how much here? Ratio is 1 by 5. So, it is A into 1 minus R to the power of n plus 1, because there are n plus 1 number of terms, divided by 1 minus R, that is 1 minus 1 by 5. So, simplify this one. 1 minus 1 by 5 is take LCM, 5 minus 1, that is it will become here, this will become, if you take this is 4 by 5, take reciprocal of this one, it becomes 5 by 4. And it is 1 minus 1 divided by 5 to the power of n plus 1. So, here I hope you got this one. It is 4 by 5, take reciprocal, it becomes 5 by 4. So, now this is 5 by 4, open this bracket, 5 by 4 minus 5 by 4 into 1 divided by 5 to the power of n plus 1. So, here this implies what we have here, this is 5 by 4 minus 1 divided by 4 into 5 to the power of n plus 1, and this power you take in the denominator becomes minus 1. So, it becomes 5 by 4. This becomes 5 by 4 minus 1 divided by 4 into 5 to the power of plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled to simply 5 to the power of n. So, now it will be xn is equals to 5 by 4 minus 1 by 4 into 5 raised to n. So, we know it is less than 5 by 4 because here 5 by 4 minus some value. So, if you subtract something from 5 by 4, its value is again definitely less than 5 by 4. 5 by 4 में अगर हम थोड़ा भी वैल्यू माइनस करें तो उसका वैल्यू 5 by 4 से कम होता है, बिकॉज हियर दिस इज minus, this one is positive value, 5 by 4 minus some positive value, it will gives less than 5 by 4 only for all n belongs to n. So, this implies xn is less than 5 by 4 for all n belongs to n, and this implies here xn is bounded above, all the values of xn are less than 5 by 4. Take this equation number 1. And we know xn is 1 plus 1 by 5 plus 1 by 5 square etc. up to 1 by 5 to the power of n. So, from this we can say that here it is 1 plus something, therefore its value is greater than 1, because here it is, these are all values positive. So, 1 plus some positive value is again greater than 1 only it is. So, for all n belongs to n. So, this implies xn is greater than 1, this is xn is greater than 1 or 1 is less than xn for all n belongs to n. So, this implies the sequence xn is bounded below, all the values of xn are greater than 1. So, it has a lower bound. From equation 2, we can say that it is bounded below, and in equation 1, we can say that it is bounded above. So, this implies from equation 1 and 2, we have here xn is greater than 1 in this, and in first equation, we have xn is less than 5 by 4. This implies the sequence xn is bounded. Let us take one more example which is on monotonic sequence. This comes in the next topic. So I will conclude here. In the next session we are going to study about the monotonic sequence. In that session I will explain this one about this example in the next session only. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.